What's going on? Hey, I was asked what I thought about Kanye West. All right. What I think about Kanye West, I think Kanye West is a man who is bipolar. I think he's bipolar, and I think he's a smart guy. I think he's a very smart guy. And I also think he's conflicted at the same time. I think Kanye West, he'll drop a gem, he'll drop a few gems, and then he'll take a shit on them. And nobody want to clean shit to get to a gem. And that's what ended up happening with Kanye West. If you listen to that little sporadic campaign rally or whatever, he said some things that were very, very true. And then he gets to the Harriet Tubman piece and saying Harriet Tubman didn't really free the slaves. When he's talking about Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves, when I heard it, I was like, what are you talking about? Then I had to back up and think about who this was. This is Kanye West. When he talks about slavery, he's talking in the current context of slavery, being that black people don't own anything when it comes to institutions, the media, entertainment, none of those. He went on to talk about Universal Records and the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. So that part is true. But when he's saying Harriet Tubman didn't really free the slaves, it's kind of lacking context, because Harriet Tubman, she did free the slaves. Now, did she free the slaves with the 401k plan and infinite money? No, she didn't. But what she did was she freed them from the bondage of where they were and gave them a chance to live a better life. So when he's talking about she didn't free the slaves, he's talking about she didn't free the slaves of what people would call white supremacy. But of course she didn't. She didn't have the ability. She had to start where she started. It's 2020 and we still haven't completely ridded the factions of what people call white supremacy. Now, I personally don't like the word white supremacy because I don't like to let people think that they are supreme over me. So I'll just say the word that people says, or a phrase that people say, white supremacy. But yeah, Kanye West will say some very true things, and he will drop some gems. And then he will drop a turd on it after that. At the same time, you guys, he's still a black man, so I don't just push him to the curb. And being that I've had a lot of people with mental health issues come in and out of my life. I grew up with somebody who had mental issues for the majority of my life. My grandmother, she was schizophrenic. So I understand how the thought process goes, how they'll jump from one place to another, go from one extreme emotion to the next. But I do remember this. He is a black man. He's still a black man. And so whenever he is having an issue or an outburst, I think of the people that I know who suffer from the same illnesses. Now, is he faking? I don't know. I don't have a clue. How much of it is contrived? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I know somebody who is bipolar, and sometimes they're faking and sometimes they're serious. You never know. But what I'm saying is this. Yes, Kanye West, I think, did put his foot in his mouth. I think he couldn't articulate what he meant. I think the better way to say it would have been this. Harriet Tubman did a wonderful job putting her life on the line, getting the slaves that she could get to believe her or to listen to her, to get away from the situation that they were in the current time. Now, did Harriet Tubman free slaves to where we have financial literacy as black people in 2020? No. But could she? No. So yes, Harriet Tubman did free slaves. She freed them from the bondage that they were in. Just because she didn't show up with a 401k plan and the path to black success financially doesn't mean she didn't free the slaves. That's playing very fast and loose with the word free. That's using the word free without giving context to what you mean when you say free. So if he's meaning free in an overall sense of free, as in being equal to other people, as black people will no longer have to go through things, like black people own an NBA, an NFL, an MLB, huge record labels, own, a quarter of media at least. Did she do that? No. But did she give people the chance so we can later start doing these things? Yes. because you never know. Without Harriet Tubman, a lot of us wouldn't be where we are today. So let's just be honest about it. And so when it comes to Kanye, I'm not going to castigate him to the wolves. I'm not going to do nothing like that. I do feel like I know what he meant. I feel like he said it inarticulately. And I do feel like it lacked a whole lot of context. But again, he said some other things that were gems. Then he just took a shit on it. Oh, come on, Ye.